Hello everyone and welcome to SpartanGaming Plays Sherlock Holmes, Crimes and Punishment. I almost said Crimes and Punishment, Sherlock Holmes. That would have been awkward. Why is the title like that? It's weird, I've never noticed that before. How odd. Anyway, we are doing case 3 today, which is called Bloodbath. You know, I remember this not being called Bloodbath. I don't know why. Blood in the Bathhouse? That sounds cooler. I mean, in my head, kinda does. Blood in a bathhouse. Bloodbath. Bloodbath sounds too horror-esque. Anyway, I'm mumbling on. Let's begin, shall we? Yes, I want to replay the weird cutscenes and stuff. Not played this game for a while. When the last time I played it? Well over a month ago, so I may be rusty. Let's have the obligatory cutscene. Oh, I just remembered Watson's voice is weird, isn't it?
Holmes, what happened?
I feel deathly.
And you look it. Let me examine you. Please don't tell me that you've returned to your old habits.
Which will be, he was opium, wasn't he?
The pupil is dilated.
He looks green. I don't know if it's coming out on capture like that, but yeah, he looks green to me. He's got like a green tint. Weird.
The temperature appears to be normal. I need to concentrate and count the heartbeats.
Measure the pulse rate by counting the heartbeats for every 10 seconds. Start. Every time it beats, you click.
A weak pulse, around 50 beats per minute.
He's dying. Where it's very low.
But you're dying, Holmes. Your pulse rate is dropping. We need to get you to the hospital immediately.
The antidote. Give it to me.
The antidote? You mean that you're poisoned?
Now. Please.
Here, drink it all. Don't tell me that you did this to yourself.
𝘨𝘠𝘦𝘪𝘳. I was compelled to.
Holmes, imagine if I'd not returned home when I did. What might have happened?
I knew that you would.
Mr. Holmes, Inspector Lestrade is here to see you.
Mr. Holmes is unable to see anyone at the moment. He is unwell.
A good day, Inspector.
Ah, Mr. Holmes, I'm glad to find you here. I need your help. This is a strange one. We have brought in 2 young bankers from the city, sons of lords, members of the chamber, and so on and so forth. They were found stranded in a rowing boat that was drifting on the Thames.
A romantic escapade with an unhappy ending, Lestrade.
What? Well, yes, they were both in the bath, but, what?
As I said,
And they were tied together.
you are lacking in imagination, Inspector.
Well, no, I'm not. Anyway, there was a banner flapping about in the boat with the RMS Oceanic printed on it and signed by the Merry Men.
The Oceanic. Isn't that the largest steamer ever built?
Yes, and these 2 young banker chaps are sons of the owners of the White Star Line, the company that built it. There are rumours of corruption.
I'm not interested in politics, Lestrade.
I'll keep it then. Here's another one that's a bit more complex and maybe to your liking. It's a murder, but we're unable to find any weapon. We haven't touched anything. It's at the Roman Baths in Strand Lane.
A murder, a vanishing weapon, the Roman baths. That's for us. Watson, fetch your hat.
Oh yeah, forgot. I did read that you're supposed to get letters from people from the previous cases. They're normally on your fireplace, but I've not received any. I know that you receive a letter from this chap's mother if you, I think if you pen him for murder, he writes you a letter basically telling it you're a bastard. Yeah, it's just nothing. I love how he stole one of the harpoons and the train whistle. He just put them in his pocket. I mean, nobody's going to notice if they're not there to notice. What was that boat called? The Oceanic? Steamer. Uses steamboats. To the bathhouse.
What a beautiful place.
With a dreadful murder. The body of Sir Rodney Bentcliffe is still in the steam room. It has not been touched, per your usual instructions, Mr. Holmes. I shall be waiting for you here, but please hurry.
Are you able to identify the men who were with the victim in the steam room?
Yes. The manager of the bath, Sir Gregory Pitkin, a lad from the City Council, Garrow, and an archaeologist by the name of Blinkhorn. I think the plump one, Garrow,
Plump.
doesn't seem right in the head.
Well, we shall see.
Oh, this is why your cops in these days were stupid. Oh, he looked a bit crazy. Yeah, he definitely murdered him. And that's their logic. Lestrade.
You found no murder weapon?
No, and that's why I called you. All three witnesses and the victim were locked in when the murder occurred, and they remained so until we got here. We even had to pick the lock to enter.
I see. Was there anyone else here, apart from those gentlemen in the steam room?
Yes, a Mr. Phillips. He was the one who called the police. He'll be able to give you more details.
Mr. Phillips. Well, oh god, I forgot about the weird camera. What button was it? Was it reload? It was reload. Oh, I forgot how weird the camera is in this game. Oh, it's so floaty. So let's not move the camera too much because it's gonna make me vomit. Thing is, I don't get motion sick, but like old games with weird cameras, they normally just send me. It's weird. Like, was it the last Sherlock Holmes games where they stand and they just start moving when you're standing still? Was that Sherlock Holmes or was it something else? That might have been something else I was playing. I complained massively about it. Can't bloody remember, but yeah, thank God I don't do it in this game. Come on, let's some champagne here.
An ice bucket to keep the champagne chilled. Champagne for a special occasion. Unopened, it was intended to be enjoyed after the steam session.
Kind of find it weird that a bunch of men will sit down drinking champagne. I mean, if this was set in the Roman times, those men will probably be having sex right now. I mean, Romans were all into that kind of, if it's got a hole, I could put a penis in it. Ah, Romans. Always very weird, weren't they? I know I should be speaking to, that chap. Wow.
Good Lord, Holmes.
Good Lord, he had an eyeful.
Death with a peculiarly Roman piquancy.
Yeah.
Like the one you almost had an hour ago.
Let us forget about that.
So, Romans did like to kill people in weird places, didn't he? The bathhouse. Caesar was killed in a bathhouse, wasn't he? Wasn't he stabbed like 20 odd times or something? Just because once is not good enough. Oh, look at this chap. And it's really short. No, little Holmes is like 7 foot and he just looks down on people. So that's Garrow. Mr. Pitkin's the snobby one. I mean, you can tell straight away by looking at his body. He eats fine food. Garrow's the plump one. This guy's not plump. Man, if he's plump, I'm obese. That makes me feel sad. Mr. Blinkhorn, you can't speak to them. They'll be like, "Oh, I'm having a terrible time." Since Harry Potter was here.
One lens is cracked, probably due to the temperature of the brazier.
Or they were attacked by Voldemort.
These lenses are for myopia. The wearer is short-sighted.
Oh. That.
The brazier is still burning. The heat here is extreme.
Oh, that's got a weird heat haze on it. It kind of goes across the screen like this way. How odd.
I will need something to pick up this melted metal.
Yeah, you've got hands. Stick your fingers in there.
Something to pick up. It is too hot. I cannot reach into it.
Cowards talk. Telling me you're not willing to burn your hands to pick up a piece of molten metal? Wow. Pussy-like. Oh, there's a cop in here.
Mr. Holmes?
That guy's got a fabulous mustache. If I could grow a tash like that, I'd definitely be a cop. Or a 70s porn star. Probably a 70s porn star. Yeah, that is very typical 1800s moustache right there, isn't it? All the gentlemen had a moustache. Well, even Watson's got one. This guy's got a beard. And this guy's just got some... Looks like he needs a shave. He's got a weird shaped pumpkin head. Oh, weird. This guy's not got a beard. Or a stash. Oh man, popped him right in the eyeball.
There was only one hit from the weapon. It pierced the right eye straight through to the brain. Death would have been instantaneous.
I guess that's a small mercies, I guess.
The wound should not have bled so profusely. This pool is rather large.
It's not stabbing someone in the arm make a lot. And again, I guess I'm just thinking, like, when it says that shouldn't be much blood, I'm guessing because there's no big veins that go through your eyeballs. But still, popped him in the brain. Surely he should be pissing blood out his eye. How odd. Oh,
Look, Watson.
He's got a ring.
Wearing a ring. He very likely removed it before the steam session.
See, I've never been in a steam room. Is that something you have to do? You remove your jewelry?
Well, the death is very recent. Between 30 minutes to 1 hour ago.
Some dirt or earth. I'll take a sample.
His grimy hands.
I think we have found all that we can here,
Well.
taking into consideration the abysmal lighting. Constable, we have finished with the body.
Oh, that's a different copper.
We don't have many leads here.
What concerns me is that we still have to find the murder weapon.
Mr. Holmes?
Please have the body removed without disturbing anything else in the room.
All right, Mr. Holmes.
I was wondering, Holmes, it's fairly reckless to carry out a murder inside a closed chamber. Why do you suppose they did it?
There are a great many possibilities. The murderer was in a hurry, or he is an artist, or a ghost, or he wanted to ensure that I'd be brought in on the case.
Probably the latter. You are ridiculous, do you know that?
I'm going to go with ghosts. Sounds cooler. Oh. Look. Now he's got... There's the two guys in here that I've not noticed. It's just the cops in stealth. Huh. Didn't look at the blood, did I?
I should check this blood sample at Baker Street. This key was covered in blood. I should ask Phillips about it.
Phillips? Phillips is the guy we've not spoken to yet. I'm going to speak to him now because we have evidence. Where are you, Phillips? There you are.
Good day to you, Mr. Phillips.
Oi, oi!
My name is Sherlock Holmes, and this is my colleague, Dr. Watson. Would you be so kind as to answer our questions?
Certainly, sir.
Not like you have a choice, to be completely honest. Let's give him a good old thorough scene through. Eye wrinkles. So what, 30, 35 plus? Grooms himself? Hold on. Just because he cuts his own hair doesn't mean that he lives alone. Surely not. It's a... starched. Fastidious. Oh, he's got a boot on. It's shiny. Oh god. Manchester City. Oh. the telegram. I love how Holmes can just instantly know that was sent today just by just a little glance. You know, he just looks at, you know, just a small glance into his pocket, and he instantly absorbs all the information into his eyes.
Please tell us the chain of events from the start of your day. Everything that you can remember. The slightest
Well, I woke up,
may be of importance.
had some coffee, took a shit.
I came in at
Did you really need to know all that though? It's crazy.
and I opened the baths. I made sure that the room was clean and I prepared the towels. The brazier was still burning.
There was a fire burning all night.
Yes, Sir Gregory ordered me to light the brazier yesterday. It takes some time until the room is fully heated. The gentleman had a meeting at 9 o'clock this morning. I wanted everything to be perfect. They'd been in the steam room for 20 minutes when I suddenly heard shouting. I ran to the door, but it was closed. I couldn't open it. So I ran out to the street to call for the police. One constable came up, and then there were others, and they picked the lock. Then Inspector Lestrade came along, and he told us that nothing should be touched.
Sounds suspicious. Who brought the champagne?
Champagne on ice in the changing room. Do you have any idea who left it there?
There is? Are you quite certain?
No,
I didn't pay any attention.
I'm stupid.
Do you
I
believe
imagined it. Dumbass. Well, you wouldn't be there for any other reason if you didn't bring it. It's definitely important, mate. Were there any other visitors?
Did you receive any other visitors this morning?
No one. Until these gentlemen arrived. Sir Gregory was the first. And then, while we were discussing work details, Sir Rodney and Mr. Blinkhorn arrived, and Mr. Garrow followed.
What happened after that?
I waited until they'd all entered the steam room, then I returned to the hall. The changing room door was open, so I should hear if they needed anything.
You would have heard if someone had entered or left the steam room.
Certainly, sir. These doors make a lot of noise.
How many people have keys to the steam room?
We have just the one key for now, which Sir Gregory gave to me.
So, this morning you opened the steam room, and then?
I put the key inside my desk, but when they called, I couldn't find it. It had disappeared. I don't know where it is.
Did you leave the baths at any time or receive any visitors?
No, sir. I did not.
Get ready to press Q. Q for question. Well, you sent a telegram, you lying little shit. Don't you lie to me, boy.
You are not telling the truth, Mr. Phillips. You left your work this morning, and you went to the post office, where you dispatched a telegram at around 7:30.
But how could you... No,
Like, he got all the information just from that one look in his pocket.
Mr. Holmes,
Amazing.
I'll tell you everything. I left the baths at 7:20. My sister wrote to me yesterday, and she needed a reply, or our mother is unwell. I was away for 20 minutes, and I closed the baths on my way out.
Did you receive a reply from your sister?
No, she wasn't meant to. I just told her to pawn my old school uniform so that she could pay for the medication.
Did you check to see if the key was still in your desk when you returned?
No, I didn't. Please, Mr. Holmes, don't tell the police about this. Sir Gregory would give me the sack. I need this job.
I see.
I love Holmes' reaction. He's just like, I see. Like, that is somebody who gives absolutely zero fucks if this poor guy gets fired. It's like, it's not on me if he gets fired. Wow. You do wonder why Holmes hasn't been... Like, he just comes off as... He's just a bastard, isn't he? Like, he's just... He's just a snooty, snobby bastard. And I love it. Can you imagine having a friend like fucking Sherlock Holmes, or like someone who overanalyzes everything, who gets into your head every time you put a shoe on? You know, it'd be yeah. I think I'd kick him down a flight of stairs. I couldn't hack it.
Mr. Holmes, I should like to take the suspects to the yard. You can interrogate them there. Any objections?
See, this is weird, right? You can say wait, which I'm gonna do.
Please wait. I need to do something first.
Because there's one thing that I completely forgot. This way. I completely forgot to press control for a start so I can use my legs. There we go. This guy's got blood on his towel. There it is. I knew there was something on this towel.
Blood traces wiped on the towel.
Oh, look at his hands. Oh, God. There's no reason to talk to them because they won't say anything. So, let's... You can take them now, dude. Finished.
Mr. Holmes?
Yes. Take them away.
None, Lestrade.
And so we can leave now. Interrogate the suspects, or we can go into the frigidarium.
Frigidarium.
Frigidarium. It's basically where they stored anything that was wanted to be cold. Hence the word fridge.
This area serves as Sir Rodney Bentcliffe's workshop.
I love, just in case you didn't know, it's Rodney's, like, Bentcliffe's workshop. It's got 2 signs, just in case you were stupid enough that you didn't see this big sign on the door. Oh. Oh, that noise made, yeah, the door made a weird noise. It's weird. I think you're opening a bloody airlock. It's got any shelves. You know, I always like this circle thing here. If I go back, there's one. Where is it? There's one on here. This here. There's like weird circle thing with a piece of metal and a handle. I was like, what in God's name is that? Is it looks like something you put pizza on? And it's not. It's a bloody tape measure. It's a really, really, really long tape measure. Which is, why does it need to be that long? I mean, what the hell are you measuring?
Tools used by archaeologists in their research.
It's crazy, isn't it? How long that?
We'll need
Oh,
these tongs.
well, you said tongs. I'm gonna need these tongs. Weird. How did he pronounce it like that? How odd. Maybe he wasn't trying to pop the mic. T's aren't bad. P's are a bastard. That's what pop filters are for. What's that say? Photo negatives. Something 1888. What the hell does that say? I think it says Assawan. No, that's definitely not an A. It looks like a Q. Or an O? I don't know.
A glass plate negative is missing.
Oh.
It is a glass plate negative of an Egyptian statue.
Glass plate negatives.
Glass plate negatives. A remarkable method for recording ancient civilizations.
Yeah, we don't do that anymore. We're all digital now, baby.
Archaeological findings. Old clay pots with numbers inscribed upon them.
You look at these clay pots. Some of them have got like 28,593. That means that there's 28,592 pots before this one. That's a lot of bloody pots. Some may say too many. The metal plate, besides its archaeological interest, appears to be a part of something larger. At present moment, I am unable to determine exactly what that might be. Why did you write that on a note for yourself? Odd.
A shape has been cut in the plate. What should be done with it?
It's either a crown or a building. Oh, there's another one of those weird tape measures there. Because apparently one or two isn't enough. You need 3. I think there's just 3. There's one there. There's one there. There's one of them there. Is there another one? You say, oh, good thing it's come in 3s. Huh. Oh, lordy, more bloody reading. Dear friend. That's a very odd thing to say. Oh, it's a draft. I wish to organise a press conference at the Strand Lane Baths next month. 1893 was a remarkable year for my work in Egypt. Yeah, well, you mean when you was smashing open tombs and stealing their fucking relics and stuff? Yeah. Yeah, well done, Rodney. You prick. Now it's time to set my focus upon English archaeology. Right. So you're going to steal from us as well. Great. What does it say? It's weird. You can't use a bloody mouse to scroll these fucking pages. You have to click on this stupid arrow. It's throwing me. God, I'm so tight onto it. Like, I complain about everything. Like, yeah, why? These arrows are a pain to click as well. It's like, to shine the light on our national treasures and reveal them to the public. Yeah, because, come on, mate. You're in England. There's nothing in England. The only thing buried under us is death. Death and disease. I would like to see as many journalists as possible in attendance to record this event and record it favorably if we treat them all well enough. So you're going to bribe them? That's an odd thing to do. I would like to recall my old friendship with Lord Blackmore and use the special funds of the Royal Archaeological Institute for this event. Sure you do. Surely you should be using your own bloody funds, you arsehole. As if he's going to use the Institute's funds instead to pat himself on the back. Wow. So Rodney the asshole. Oh my god. More bloody reading. The Daily Mirror. There are few among us who claim any degree of unfamiliarity with the name Sir Rodney Bencliffe. He is a gentleman who possesses the wealth, the notoriety and vigour to well match the finest of his ilk. Aboard in England. Abound? Aboard. Abound in England. That's weird. Who uses the word abound? His intellect is equal to his charms and has often been declared by the young ladies of the European aristocracy. Aristocracy? Pretty sure I said that wrong. You know what? Who cares? He holds powerful connections within the Lords of Chambers and carries an influential insight into the political world. The others who would call him unforgivable and authoritarian. We should rather say that Sir Rodney is determined and ambitious. His presence in any archaeological site can only mean success for all concerned. This was definitely written by himself. Like, this basically says that anywhere that Sir Rodney goes, he takes the fucking credit. He takes all the credit. Oh, you discovered it because I was there. You know, he's that kind of person. I mean, unforgiving and authoritarian, yeah. Stick up his arse. That says. More reading. Miraculous reopening of the Strand Lane Roman baths. Excavation research. Huh. That's where we are now. How odd. The research efforts were about to be halted when a saviour arrived in the form of Sir Rodney Bencliffe. Sir Rodney has been over immediate control. What? He's taken over immediate control. From who? Wait, what? That means that there was someone here before him. Claiming that the site holds a great key to a great mystery, we pledge to update our readers with all exciting news as it develops. Yes, very exciting. Yes, very exciting. Is that it? Can I leave? No. What did I miss on this?
Archaeological findings. Old clay pots with numbers inscribed upon them.
Oh. I think. You can leave. Oh. What's for the bugs on the floor? That's not very English. We don't get in cockroaches in England, do we? I think I've had this conversation with you guys before. I've lived in England for like my whole life and I've never seen a cockroach. But then again, I don't live in a shithole, so maybe that's why. Oh, I forgot this happens. That was some dramatic string right there.
I wonder how this could have happened.
Yes, it is somewhat treacherous. Fortunately, I am unscathed. To where does this corridor lead?
To the frigidarium, the coal room.
Barely unscathed and by a very small margin. And treacherous is an understatement.
Yeah, why didn't you put any signs saying, do not go over there? Dangerous. Oh my god. Huh. How weird. They've, like, I assumed that they plastered over these, what are these called? They're not mosaics either. The mosaics are the weird thing with the weird stones. These are all like, they've got a weird name. You know what? It doesn't matter. Let's just click on fauna blocks. Can I examine?
Those stones weigh tons. We won't move them.
It does not matter. If our investigation requires it, we shall ask for them to be removed.
That basically means that every copper in Scotland Yard at that moment shivered, knowing that they're going to have to be breaking their backs, lifting up all these blocks. Those poor guys. Oh well, better them than me. Poor dudes. I think we can leave. See, I was thinking if to go back to Baker Street or go to Scotland Yard. But we need to go to Scotland Yard because we need to examine their belongings before we go back. Morning, chap. Oh. Nice. That's Pitkin's belongings.
An embroidered silk handkerchief.
This is the skinny dude who's the rich one. Sir Gregory Pitkins, manager, Roman Bath, Strand Lane, London.
Sir Gregory Pitkin's visiting card. A fountain pen with solid gold trim.
That's all he had on him. He takes a pen, a handkerchief, and a business card. I mean, guess that's... Why would he take a pen and not paper? It's like carrying around a pencil with nothing to write on, unless you're just going to write on the walls. Weird. There's Garrow's. There's his blood.
When Garrow found Sir Rodney dead, he wiped the blood upon himself. A phial with herbs. Do you know what it is, my dear fellow?
It's the St. John's wort flower, Holmes. It's commonly used as a drug against melancholia. However, an overdosage might lead to a rash or even hallucinations.
Probably not the best thing to be overdosing on, isn't it? Hallucinations. I love how it's like, you can get a rash, or you can just imagine shit. Like, would I rather have the rash, or would I rather have the hallucinations? I kind of would want the hallucinations. I think it depends where the rash is. If it's like on your arse, and you can't sit down, or it's on your unmentionables. Oh yeah, I wouldn't like that. Oh, let's not think about that. Oh no.
An ordinary pencil.
Mr. Blinkhorn. Dear sir, the interests that I represent require the situation at the bath to be changed for the better. This is from Pitkins, isn't it? Yeah. At this present time, the frigidarium excavations remain under your direction, and yet the work have not yet progressed. Sorry. We have failed. You have failed to find anything of value, and we are unable to make the frigidarium accessible to the public. The frigidarium is a valuable asset in recreation of the Roman bath experience. I urge you to complete your work within the next 2 months. You have the remaining time to conclude your archaeological research and piss off and find yourself a new job. Wow. So Blinkhorn was the previous archaeologist, air quotes, before Rodney took over. Wow. And he got fired. Poor bastard. You know. I need to project a more interesting narrated voice when I'm reading stuff. I struggle reading sometimes, as you can probably tell. Nice coin.
An old and rather dirty coin.
I teed mate. That's money right there. This is Bentcliff stuff. Oh, there's his ring.
This ring was most likely the one that Sir Rodney wore. He removed it before entering the steam room.
That ring looked bloody massive. Look at it. It's flaming huge. Why should have got a dick on his ring? Weird.
An Egyptian symbol.
Oh.
It is a very old jewel.
But he just drew a cock on it because reasons.
I see the join. This ring was repaired, and quite badly too, with silver.
Why on earth would they wear such a ring?
Because he stole it.
Question.
Like, guarantee that most of the archaeologists from the when they were excavating the pyramids and stuff, they were just pocketed in anything that was, oh, that looks nice, I love that. Just don't write it down. You know what I mean? All the jewels and all the valuables, jewelry, anything that sparkles. They're like crows and magpies. They'll just put it in their pocket. Oh, forgot about that. Oh, it's obviously mine now. Yeah.
Hand-drawn map.
This guy's definitely been pocketed in stuff. Rodney.
Rodney Bentcliffe's notebook. It may contain something of interest.
Ooh.
The last pages were torn out. We must find a way of retrieving Sir Rodney's last lines. Watson, please prevent anyone from entering the room. But first, fetch me a pencil.
There's one next to you.
Strokes of the pencil will be enough. I don't want to damage the traces.
2 strokes is never normally enough, mate. Oh, God.
And then to gently smudge the leftover pencil marks with a handkerchief. I'm sure that Watson won't mind if I use his.
Today I almost found it. This date will go down in history. There you go.
Mr. Holmes, the coroner had... But what are you doing? Tampering with the evidence?
I prefer to make them talk. Today, I almost found it. This date will go down in history. Sir Rodney was about to make an outstanding discovery.
Wonderful.
I could retrieve only the final words. The rest of it is lost. Perhaps the autopsy will assist us in that matter.
I'm not sure that I can allow you to inspect the body now.
I am sure that you must, Constable.
Well,
What was the point of that guy doing that? Like, I could just go straight to the Strad and he will slap you back down to your stupid... what's it? The, What do they call them? The beat cops? Slap him to a beat cop for saying no to Holmes. Oh, here we go. Oh, God, he was 63. My days. Man, he looked fucking good for 63. Almost too good. Almost like he was some kind of weird immortal or a vampire. The right eyeball has been pierced by the hilt of a curved bladed knife. The blade cut through the orbit of the frontal bone. Oh my God, ripping apart the frontal lobe and the corpus callosum. After which, completing its trajectory into the cerebellum, caused something lesions. He was bleeding in his brains. My word. Right, got that knife right in his eye, didn't they? All these injuries led directly to the death of the individual. I should bloody hope so. At the upper lobe of the right lung, there is an old injury filled with an amount of mucus and ciliated debris that may correspond to a chronic infection by elements lightly inhaled in a burial chamber. A decaying mummy, for example, or a dried and decomposing food product intended to accompany the deceased in their grave. The remain of the body does not appear to have been damaged. So he had... Why has he been around huffing mummies? Yeah, it's more like death. I mean, this is what... Isn't this what, like a lot of, how a lot of the old archaeologists died in these days? They used to... Oh, it's the curse of the mummy, but it wasn't. They were like inhaling like literal death. And they were... they were like inhaling decomposing food products and decaying mummies and then dying of like lung diseases and stuff. And they were like, nah, mate, it's ghosts. And again, these were a time where they had no idea what germs were. You know, they used to just throw shit on the floor and piss all over the place and be like, oh, I wonder why there's loads of rats. What? They've got the bubonic plague? Where did that come from? It's you dirty bastard. Oh, God. Imagine living in a town where you didn't have a toilet and you just have to shit on the floor or in a pot. And you don't even put it in the toilet, you just throw it out the window. Hopefully onto somebody because, you know. But damn. I don't think I'd want to go to 1800. I like toilet. I like pooping on the toilet. I don't want to have to poop on a bucket. I'm sure there's people out there who still poop in buckets. I'm not bad mouthing you. It's just weird. I couldn't do it personally. I couldn't aim. I can barely aim and have a piss nowadays. Ooh.
An unusual wound, inflicted by a curved knife.
Why is there a hatchet next to him?
Instant death, as the coroner's report says.
It's got like a hatchet right here.
According to the coroner, there were no cardiac problems nor lung congestion, but there were traces of fungus, possibly contracted from the Egyptian tombs. The coroner observed no stomach nor liver disease, if we're to accept that Sir Rodney was an occasional drinker and 63 years of age.
I think he's done good for his age. Hey, you can see his arse.
Some light bruising caused by a rope.
That's like a harness over his shoulders, across his back, and around his waist.
The bruising is in lines. They were caused by a rope around the waist. Sir Rodney was descending somewhere.
Probably to the pits of hell. Oh, his body was weird then. Thank God that didn't drop down any further. I don't think I'd want to have to edit his meat into veg, to be completely honest. I mean, I wouldn't. Surely we're all old enough to know what a penis looks like. Especially because his arse. I remember, it reminds me of it was Vernon from The Witcher 2, where he is carrying Triss, and every time I see a bum in a video game, I just think of, at least I'll die holding a lovely arse. I think that's what he says. He says the word lovely arse, and when he said it, I was in stitches for like 20 minutes. Because arse is such an it's such a British word. Nobody outside of England says the word arse. They just say ass. Arse is such a funny word. It's funny. It's weird how everyone has like the same sort of face. Oh. On to Jonathan Fenton. John A. Wood. I wonder if these are like people's the development like people. The developers have just made themselves look all timey. I wonder if they're just assets that just plucked from the internet. This is Donald Smith. Freddy? I'd like to be able to like zoom in, but unfortunately I can't. Anyway, we need to go to have a look. Conversations, archive. Oh, I didn't get the the thing in the fire, did I? Stupid idiot. Better go back. It's in here. Aha. Oh. You have to hold it.
I should analyze this melted metal.
So that's the knife then, I'm guessing. They killed him and then chucked the knife in here, and nobody is the wiser? No wonder there was cops in these days for shit. They don't notice the obvious. Yeah, I'm gonna take a little. I mean, I'm gonna cut here because it's been long enough. Yeah, I still don't feel comfortable cutting my videos like this. It's weird. But yeah, it is much easier for editing purposes, especially with these games where I can't save. So if I miss something, which I did in the first mission like 3 times, and I had to replay the mission like 3 times. Yeah, it's really annoying. You know, you've been able to save in every single Sherlock Holmes game before this. This is the first one where they thought, let's just have auto saves, and yeah, we're done with it. What the hell were they thinking? What were you thinking? Absolutely no ability to save. Relying on autosaves is so dumb. Especially in the later cases when they're really long, and if you've bloody messed something up, then it's back to the beginning. I mean, you wouldn't have to sit through that. I unfortunately will have to, which is... It's mind-numbingly boring sometimes. Probably why I didn't want to record this, but I'm recording it because of reasons. But yeah. So yeah, I'll see you in the next video, peeps. Thanks for watching, and yeah, see you soon, I guess. Bye-bye.